Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's me here again. I am doing another deck profile on plants. This is my last version. I know I said in the past that I made my last version, final, and my last deck profile for YouTube or whatever. But this time, this is my final build because I have tweaked it before, and I went to a tournament in locals, and I actually topped, and it was really, legit. Like, this is the build I used, and has the most success. I've been using on Dueling Necro for like a good 2 weeks, and it's been holding up on his own game. And, it's really consistent, it's really good, and I really love this build. So, this is probably my last time touching this deck as far as, changing it, and I think this is the way I like it better. And hopefully you guys can agree or disagree or, whatever. But, I think from this point on, that this is the last time I'm building this deck. But, alright, I'm going to go to the deck list really fast. It shouldn't be too long or too hard. So, as first as the plant engine, Lone Fire, Spore, and Dandelion. Or just the plant engine. Take out Titanium, because she's good when she's on the field, but most of the time she's a drawback when you mill her and you get Lone Fire, or when you have her, when you just draw her, first turner, whatever, she's really dead at that point. So she got taken out for consistency reasons. But on field, I'm not saying she's a bad card. Just in general, in my version, I choose not to run her because I like combo versus field control with Titanium, and which she can easily get over because many people just dark hole her anyway. So Tour Guide for Tour Guide engine, obviously 2 Tour Guides. Sangan and Night Assailant. Plants, the Breeze Dragon. 2 Raikos, milling, destroying. 1 Card Trooper, milling, 19 beater. In fact, to draw a card for great hand advantage. Zephyros Elite, extra card for milling. Pluses on certain plays like the Breeze Dragon, Call the Hunted, Sangan, stuff like that. If my tour gets Veiler, I could bounce back with Zephyros the Elite. Exceed for 4, many reasons. Spirit Reaper, just 1. Snowman Eater, just 1. 2 Thunder Kings. Pretty much for stalls, my deck comes with a lot of stall heavy cards, so these are probably like my main 4 star cards if I don't get the hand like I want, but 1 card D. Drops it down to 1 because I don't like ever seeing 2 in my hand. And I don't really care for the draw power because I lack a lot of field control. I don't like summon this card, draw set 4 and or play Chigodia or anything like that. So I think 1 of him is fine if I draw into him first turn, and I was like maybe set Stone Eater. And a lot of times people don't like to attack it or whatever, or they set against me. I summon card D just to get a plus, and be patient and wait until a slip up or an opening. 2 Veilers, hand traps. 2 Maxis, hand trap. Of course, a lot of people are questioning still Maxi being made. I think it's because it's plants and the deck lacks a lot of draw power, even though since they really have good search power. I decided to main 2 Maxis, even if I get like a 1 draw off of like Boss 3 Born. That's the only special he has in the deck. You can still slim your deck down by 1, draw a card, and it's not like completely dead. I mean, it stops a lot of scary plays like windups and stuff first turn, but it's not completely dead. And if it's bad in a matchup, just side it out, and you're okay. 1 Gores for balls and BLS. Going into the spells, Monster Reborn, Staple, Main Staple, Heavy Storm, and Main Staple, Dark Hole. Like I like to say, side staples, 2 MSTs, a book, because it's just good, Foolish Barrier, because it's plants, Pot Avarice, because it's plants, Mind Control, again, because it's plants. Into my traps, I played a Solemn Brigade, 2 Solemn Warnings, 2 Deep Prisons, and 1 Call to Hunted, and 1 Transmigration Prophecy. This card is really good, and I take it main because if it's again bad against my opponent, I can always side it out. But it's also good with me because I can recycle my engine again with Lone Fire or Tour Guide or anything I want. This card just messes up a lot of like decks just in general. It's like a DD Crow, but like better to me because it's good against decks like maybe fairies, like what I did in the tournament when he had Summon Earth and then he summoned Venus, and of course I maxied his Venus, or I think I Veiler maxi, whatever. So he only did one Shine Ball, and he synchro for 7 or something like that. I don't know why he did it, but he had 2 targets in his graveyard, which as far as agents, so he was trying to drop Hyperion after that. So once I did that, I played this and put the 2 targets back to the deck, and he couldn't drop Hyperion. He had struggled the rest of the game for that, and it messed up the Monster Reborn, the Pot of Avarice. Anything that's like small, they like to target the graveyard with. You can bounce it back to your deck. And you can also target your graveyard too, so you can just bounce one card and then one card from my deck. Like maybe if I build a Pot of Avarice, I might want to add Pot of Avarice back. Has a lot of, flexibility. Alright, going to the extra. And star level order, Synchros, Formula, Army Arm, Catastor, Orange Dragon. Ran him over Iron Chain because his effect is just a little bit better than Iron Chains as far as if they summon a Synchro like against Sams or decks that may Synchro or have control over that. Summon that with Maxi, Raikou, and go into 6 and banish the card for free and still attack, which is pretty good. Ancient Fairy, Black Rose. Reason why I run Ancient Fairy now, because sometimes I don't like going into Black Rose so soon, or if I get an early Black Rose, early the Breeze Dragon into like Card Trooper, I swing with Card Trooper, swing in the Breeze Dragon, and then I can play defense mode with the Ancient Fairy. It's like a defensive maneuver, and it can blow up field spells like as far as Gravekeepers or whatever. And Black Rose is when I want to go into an offensive or want to nuke the field because their opponent overextended and I'm making plus off of one card. So different angles for it. Stardust, Scrap Dragon, and what is this? Oh, it's Shooting Star. For silly Formula, Lone Fire and Monster Reborn, it's obviously automatic Shooting Star. And I have other ways to go for it too, but that's just the main way. Leviair. Leviair. Wind up Zemains are the level 3 ranks in the deck. For the level rank 4s, you got Maestro, which is extremely good. Utopia, which is extremely good. And Utopia Ray because of mind control. And people like to go Utopia for no reason, and I take it and plus off of it and get a free monster with 1 spell. Alright, and into my sideboard, which is Kaiku, the Ghost Destroyer. He is really good. Put him at 1. 2, I don't like drawing 2 on him, especially in game 2 if I win and my opponent goes off anyway. And then, like, let's say Chaos Dragons, they kind of have, like, Solar Recharge, and then Charge Light Brigade, and they have all these cards in the graveyard, and then they, like, still pop off with Rise Meadow, and, he just seems like, if I draw into him, like, oh, well, they already went off, so, game 3. So, him, 1, he's good when I draw into him, great card. 1 DD Crow. Reason for 1 DD Crow, because I made a card just like this in in my main deck. So, running 2 of these and the trap card just kind of like overplay it a little bit, and I don't want to draw into all 3 of those because that can lead into clogginess. So 1 DD Crow is good. 2 Gemini Imps for my worst matchups like Dark Worlds and Gravekeepers. And other decks that may discard, but like maybe Exodia, but 1 MST. 2 Normal and Crossouts against my worst matchup, Gravekeepers again, and other cards. Other decks that may set like Gigia or mirror matches and stuff like that. So really good card. Rondell's at 2. This is not really a Dust Tornado. I don't know what I did with my Twister, but Dust Tornado is like the closest card I could like proxy it for at the moment. Well, I have it, I just can't find it. But Pretty much I run the extra twister is because it's like an extra MST. It gets rid of the little bad game 2, game 3 cards as far as Gorson Match and Rivalry of the Warlord. Really annoying card for my deck. So I want to destroy those game 2, you know, because I know they're gonna side against me. If it's like Atlanteans or something that has all the same ranks, maybe like all the same elements. I see that, and then I wanted to like, well, maybe they will play it. So I was like, decided if I don't see it, or maybe they get unlucky, they don't draw it, I might side out game 3, and it might draw game 3. But hopefully it won't go to game 3. Whatever. Bottom strap hole for decks that run tons of boss monsters, and just great to remove them. Compose at 1. Decks that like to use like a lot of extra deck cards, like wind-ups and stuff. And, if they MST, I can obviously hit my own cards for it or whatever. But, only run one of him because too many, bouncing off cards and decks are just bad. Sometimes you rather destroy a card or banish it than just to put it back in the hand. 2 Tarantals for decks that go off, overextend, wind-ups, etc. And my tech. 2 trap stuns for decks that play tons of back row. I run this over Rare Decree now because of only this reason, because trap stuns are easier to control, and if I like to play back row still. And like main reason why I run Rare Decree is because of traps, and I want to destroy them. So I opt to play like trap stun to get rid of their solemn judgment, solemn warnings to go into big plays. And then play like Black Rose Renuke and get like a +4, +5, or play Heavy Storm, so I won't get Starlight Rodent, and then like win the game after that. Like I'm pretty sure back row decks do not come back after I Trap Stone and Heavy Storm them. Like it just hurts them so much. So that's like a free win. So, well, that's my plant deck. That's my final version. I will be putting up more deck lists as far as Evos and other decks that I will be creating the rest of the format. So you will not ever see plants again unless there's a plant engine in the deck, but it won't be plants or it won't be this main deck. And this is my tournament deck. I always try to like to top it, regionals or whatever, and hopefully it'll be more played, more popular, and hopefully plants will be actually as a threat as the format. But that's my job. I'm trying to work on that. So okay, guys, you take care and thanks for watching and peace.